This is a Rev.ddt broadcast. We're outside walking, and I ran into this dude that, he's got this story. You gotta hear it, man. So here we go. This is the story about the funny Jew. Believe it or not. And yes, it's not a racial story at all. One day afternoon, I ran into this guy, man, was a buddy of mine. I hadn't seen him in a while. And he asked me, he says, have you ever heard the story about the guy that owned the funny Jew? And he goes, and he says to him, he says, say what? My buddy does. He says, say what? I said, you ever heard the story about the guy that owned a funny Jew? And he said, what? Now, wait a minute. Now, was this, you're getting in some strange territory. What are you talking about here? Are you talking about, was he gay or something? No, he wasn't like that. No. What was he? What do you mean he's funny? I mean, he was a strange man or something? Well, yeah, you could say that, but I mean, he'd make you laugh, but he'd make you laugh really hard. I mean, you'd fall down, oh man, he'd make you laugh your brains out so hard, you'd fall down and your shoes fall off. I mean, he's that funny. But he wasn't a comedian, so to speak. He's just he was crazier than that. But he's a funny, and he was Jewish, so he's a funny Jew. And his buddy of mine, he ran into this guy, and he's telling him a story, and he says, well, tell me the story about it. He said, what's so funny about this guy owning, and how's it he owns this other man? And he says, well, it's not like he owns him, really. It's more like he actually pays the guy to follow him around and make him laugh, because he had such a tragic, hard life when he was growing up. It was a very tragic, hard life, and he never really talks about it because it was just too much for him to bear. And he felt like that if he could get happy, everything would just magnetically just come to him in life. And boy, he wasn't kidding either. He wasn't kidding. You were really? You mean he wasn't? What do you mean he wasn't kidding? You mean he got really? He used it. No, wait a minute. Back up. Back up. Back up. You said he owned this guy. What do you mean he owned this guy? Well, he paid this man. So in a way, he owned him, right? But he paid him. And this guy, every day, he built a room in his house for this guy. He had an intercom system put in, so that when he was in his room alone and he was back, and he was really down and really hurting, he'd hit his intercom and say, hey, brother, I need a juice from you, man. I need you to give me one of those lifts. I need you to make me laugh, brother, like you made me laugh last night. I was laughing so hard I fell down. And he goes, well, wait a minute. Now, you're not talking about that laughing, prophetic monk guy that flies, are you? No. I'm talking about this brother who owned a funny Jew. So tell me how he made him laugh. Well, he'd tell him jokes and things like that, but that was at night. But during the day, man, oh my Lord, it was funny. He said, so one day he was standing on the corner, he ran into his friend, and a friend come walking up, and he had this Jewish man with him, right? And he's wearing this Jewish, I think he was a rabbi or something, because he had these locks and his hat and his little robe thing on, and, he had this little thing in his hand. He was walking along, and he looked like prayer beads or something, Maybe it was rosary bleeds or something, or something like that, I don't know. Anyway, he was standing there. He was standing just kind of off to the left behind him, and my buddy's like, and my friend says, hey, man, how you doing, man? He goes, hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. He goes, hey, who's your buddy here? And he goes, well, this is my friend. His name is Kamishma Rashermi. What? Is it Kamishma Rashermi? He said, what? He said, what? Are you Jewish or something? He said, oh, yes, and that's about all that guy said. He said, yes, real big smile on his face. Little small, skinny guy, really cool, cute little dude, really nice. Hey, when I shook his hand, I about fell down, though. It was crazy. I was like, what the heck? What did I just touch? I backed up, and I'm thinking, wow, alrighty, this man's got some magic in him. So I thought, well, okay. I said, so what kind of association y'all have here? How's it you know my friend? And he says, well, he hired me. I said, what do you mean? You own a Jew? And he goes, no, this isn't about slavery. He actually hired me. He goes, what? No, I know that. It's just kind of funny that how could anybody own a Jew? I mean, that's an oxymoron. That's just like something that never happens, right? But he goes, oh, no, you don't understand. We're in a contract. We entered into a contract, see? And he says, what kind of contract? He says, well, Goes, well, let me show you here. He goes, come here, let me show you. He goes, okay. He goes, okay. And she says, oh, I'm feeling down now. Oh man, my wife left me. My dog got ran over right after. Oh man, poor doggy. He ran over and killed my dog, and my kids are gone. I went in the house, and my floor in my house fell out of my house. I have no idea how that even happens, and I have no floor in my whole house. And all of a sudden, you should have seen this guy. That little Jewish man, he gets this. Starts bouncing all over the place like a Tigger in a Winnie the Pooh cartoon. Boing, 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 boing. Starts bouncing and goes running down the road really fast. And starts doing flips, man. He was flipping so fast. And he was flipping. He come flying back at us, straight at us, man. He was coming right, flew right over the top of us. Right up in the air, flipped over us, landed on the ground. Just laughing. And man, it was so funny. You should have seen it. It was so hilarious to see that guy wearing his little Jewish get up in his little hat doing this. It was so funny, man. It was made us laugh so hard we fell down laughing. And I ain't kidding you, I laughed my shoes right off my feet. I ain't never seen anything funnier in my life. I mean, every time I think about it, I can't talk about it now. I can't go too far into that thought. I can talk about it a little bit, but that's about it, man. As far as I can go. So you telling me all that guy did was make a bunch of noise and jump around and made you guys laugh? No, you got to see it, man. He's the funniest Jewish guy I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he wasn't a comedian. I asked him later. I says, I seen him later when he was hanging out. I says, hey, are you a comedian? He goes, well, I'm a professional funny man. And I go, you are? And he goes, yeah, I'm the funny Jew. Believe it or not.
This is a Rev.ddt broadcast. Don't touch your dial. We'll be right back.